Simana Devi to introduce our speaker for today's session on challenges in establishing Center of Excellence in 3D printing and overview of metal 3D printing using SLM. Over to Ms. Simana Devi.
Mr. Junaid,
Yes, sir.
have you given me the rights to share my PPT?
I will share, sir. I will going to give your as a presenter. Wait a minute, sir.
Okay. I am not able to share. That's the reason.
Now you can share, sir.
Where is sharing? Share. Yeah, now it is coming.
Yes, sir. Over to Ms. Simana Devi.
I would like to introduce Dr. Sriram Venkatesh Garu, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, University College of Engineering, Usmania University. His research interests are bulk sorters handling, design of bins, bunkers and silos, rapid prototyping in additive manufacturing, computer-aided modeling, design analysis. Is the control for examination of Usmania University. He was nodal officer of RUSA 2.0, founder director of Center for Product Design, Development and Additive Manufacturing, Usmania University. He is the founder director for Center for Prototyping and Testing of Industrial Products, University College of Engineering, Usmania University. He was awarded as the Best State Level Best Teacher Award by Government of Telangana in the year 2019, and he was awarded as Distinguished Alumnus Award by Kakatiya Institute of Technology and Sciences in the year 2016. Engineer of the Year Award jointly awarded by the Government of Telangana and the Institute of Engineers, Telangana. Is a recipient of Career Award for Young Teachers, a research fellowship for 3 years by All India Council of Technical Education, Government of India. He also recipient of National Merit Scholarship of Government of India. He also visited number of countries for Australia, USA, Germany, Thailand, Israel, Singapore, Austria, France, UAE, and Kenya. He has released 28 international journals and 2 national journals. He has published papers in 35 international conferences and 35 in national conferences. I welcome you for the session, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. Are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What about my PPT? PPT also are you able to see?
Visible, sir. Visible, sir.
Yeah.
Continue.
So challenges in establishing a center of excellence. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I will start, Dr. Junaid.
Please start, sir.
Your voice is very low, actually.
Please
I'm not
start,
able to
sir.
hear. Okay. So I was given this topic in our program. Our program this last month in the November we have conducted a Atal AFDP program. Myself and Dr. L. Shivaram Krishna were the coordinators. So during that time, the same topic, that is the challenge in establishing a center of excellence, is taken up, and thinking that many researchers, many colleges and universities wants to establish a center of excellence in 3D printing area, and being our university being the first university in the Telangana state to establish such a 3D printing facility called Center of Excellence. And we have established this Center of Excellence from the funds of RUSA 2. RUSA means Rashtriya Uchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, that is National Higher Education Mission. So that is the MHRD Government of India project. So under which we have received almost 6 crores. And earlier also we had a machine called SLS Selective Laser Sintering Machine that was also procured from the MHRD funds from Germany. So just I'm giving you the overview of again the SLM 3D printer. Recently we procured from Lubeck, Germany. It is already installed and we are working on it. So just to establish a center, we need to state certain objectives and what is the expected outcome. So like a thesis report, like a DPR, detailed project report, we need to write the correct objectives and expected outcomes, whether it is meeting or not. So nowadays, the acceptance of such a DPR or a project is very difficult. So since it is a novel and the emerging area of 3D printing, so almost all worldwide it is gaining popularity, and India also gaining popularity. So these committee members accepted my proposal, and then they have sanctioned, and we whatever we have kept the proposed equipment, all equipment were approved, and then we purchased and installed. So with this experience now, I would like to share the various steps that are involved in the challenges faced in establishing the Center of Excellence. So this is my presentation goes, definition of 3D printing, background of CPTIP. CPTIP means the Center for Prototyping and Testing of Industrial Products, which was established in 2009 March with only one plastic printer, that is SLS. Later on, we upgraded to CPDDAM, that is Center for Product Design, Development and Additive Manufacturing. So up to that, I will explain. So objective of center and the scope of research in the area of 3D printing or additive manufacturing, and expected outcomes, timelines of the work, and budget detail. Budget detail is nothing but a simple thing, that is we have kept almost 6 crores, but if it is the commercial one, no, it would have been 10 crores, because we have a customs duty free for education institutions. The machine will be very costly if somebody buys for his own enterprise. So I don't want to give the definition, but this is, I think, already you have undergone so many lectures. Most of them must have given, but you have to find the difference between the definition to definition. But it is a 3D printer or a additive manufacturing system where we can give 3 types of data. One is a CAD model data created by on our own by using one of the CAD softwares like Creo, SolidWorks, Scatia, any high-end 3D model software. And second type of data is doctor's data, that is CT scan and MRI data, which is given in the form of DICOM by the doctors, that we need to convert into 3D CAD model by using one of the editing softwares like Mimix. And the third type of data is object digitization systems, 3D object digitization system. So 3D object digitization system, nothing but it is, we can say, reverse engineering, re-engineering or reverse engineering. So generally we don't say reverse engineering, that is why we say re-engineering. So any 3D printer, the types of inputs are only these 3 types. So either CAD data or doctor's given data, that is CT scan MRI data, or re-engineered data, that is by using 3D printer or scanner. By using 3D scanner, we give input to the convert the existing part into the 3D CAD model, and we give as input to the 3D printer. So second is it is specifically for mechanical, without any jigs and fixtures. No, they are simply building the component that is given by Joe Beeman. And in a way, in a nutshell, we can say that it is conceptualization to realization. That means whatever the concept you have in your mind, that is you are realizing like a 3D printer physically output. So earlier it was virtual, it was limited to on the paper, on the monitor, a soft copy, but you are able to get it as a physical output. So background of the Center for Prototyping and Testing of Industrial Products. So one of the in 2016, there was a move by the MHRD government of India to convert the University College of Engineering into IIT. So there was a chosen cause and that there was a problem. There were a lot of chaos and then students were opposed and losing a premier institution in Telangana state. So there was a lot of opposition. And later on, they have withdrawn the idea and that's why IIT Hyderabad came into picture now. So because of the reputation and because of the old institution of University College of Engineering, so they have given some funds to bring the institution to IIT level. So that is called IIT status, IIT level status. So at that time in 2016, they were sanctioned 7 crores to the University College of Engineering. So in that note, they asked us to propose some projects. Then I proposed this Center for Prototyping and Testing of Industrial Products. So at that time, no, we used to say prototyping. So prototyping was actually buzzword at that time. Nowadays, like 3D printing, we are saying. So how 3D printing has become now buzzword? No, at that time, rapid prototyping was the buzzword. So slowly now all comes under only additive manufacturing. In 2019, we have proposed a center like this and 1.3 crores rupees sanctioned by MHRD Government of India to establish center. So with that, no, we have procured selective laser sintering machine from Germany. The company name is EOS Electro Optic Systems, Germany. So it is. I will show the picture how it looks, and it was costed around 1 crore, and the systems, 20 systems, and the software and CAD softwares all together 1.3 crores we spent in 2009, and since 2009 we are into the 3D printing area. So the purpose of this developing is to facilitate BE, ME, MTech projects and also PhD students. They are doing their research in this area. So the Dr. Y. Ravi Kumar also, I think, giving lecture in this FDP program. He also took some readings and done some experimental work at our machine with like how much time it takes and all estimation of time and all. And 2 PhD already completed and submitted. One is awarded, other is in the pipeline. So like this, now we are also giving facilities to the private engineering college, BITS Pilani, Anna University, for the students, those who are pursuing their project work and research work, and we are giving services through this particular system by charging nominally because they are students. And just for powder, we are charging. So this is actually machine that was purchased long ago, that is in 2009. So the Formiga P100 is the model name, and the company name is EOS Imbich, Germany. It is in Munich, Germany, and technology is selective laser sintering. The maximum build volume that it can handle is 200 x-axis, 250 y-axis, 330 in g-axis. The type of laser we use here is carbon dioxide laser, CO2 laser. The power is 30 watts power, and laser beam diameter is 0.5 mm, and the minimum size of the wall that we can construct is equal to almost 0.5. So less than that we cannot construct. Okay, the emission levels and all are not necessary. There are 62 decibels the sound. Okay. So the minimum layer thickness that only one thickness, not variable. Here is 0.1 mm per powder. That is plastic powder. But the point not to for metal powder. That is, they are also manufacturing the metal 3D printers. Those can handle the minimum layer thickness is 0.02. So the parts produced from this particular SLS machine can be used as functional prototypes. Only thing is the limitation is which must be less than 100 degrees centigrade. The operating temperature must be less than 100 degrees centigrade. So the types of powder that can be handled with this SLS system are polyamide. This is white in color, PA 2200, and polyamide glass filled. GF means glass filled is 3200, and polycarbonate. So also we can handle, that is black, and even polystyrene also we can handle. But these three powders does not require any support materials. But whereas the polystyrene is like a wool and a cotton like material, it requires the support material. But we have handled these two powders, PA 2200, 3200, not the polystyrene and carbonate, carbamide. The polyamide, the average ball size is 60 microns, and the build volume is build temperature is around 172 degrees centigrade. We start from 166.5 to 173 degrees centigrade. So the metallic powder having the average ball size is, or powder size is, each granule will have the 20 microns. So these are the machines. The background I'm telling you why, because why we have gone for establishing a center of excellence. So this is almost 11 years old machine, and these are the details. And here this is a sieving machine. This is a mixing machine, mixing unit. We have to keep the what you call the powder bin to rotate it almost half an hour to mix uniformly. If you are using old and new powder in particular ratio. So these are the some of the components produced at our center, and these are a handheld computer. This is a reverse engineered Ganesh idol, and these are all CAD models and all. So the applications, these are all in white colors are produced at our center. So we have given services to the doctors and engineers and the industry by producing all these parts at our center. So these are produced under these two, 1, 2, 3, these pictures, 2 pictures, 3 pictures are, it is a biomedical application where the sports persons use these braces and caps for safety purpose while playing the game. So this is another cranioplasty surgery prototype of implant. A person met with an accident or malignancy, that is a cancer. So a portion of the skull is to be replaced, and that portion we made it exactly by using the doctor's CT scan and converted into 3D CAD model by using Mimics, and we constructed this, and it is successfully using this as a pattern, and they have developed a biocompatible material and imported into the patient of a care hospital. So this is an estimation of a orbital volume fracture of the eye using prototype of the skull. So this is eye orbital fracture, and how much we have to calculate. So accordingly, we need to develop the artificial eye orbit. So this is a cash counting machine we prepared for the Acura in Patancheru. This is having 3 parts, 1, 2, 3 parts. So 3 parts are assembled. How we have assembled? So we have a pin and socket. So this is having a pin over here. This is having a pin over here. So like that we have assembled it and we demonstrated and given. So afterwards, now this is used for all electronic circuits, battery, printer, everything will be housed here. And the challenge is that we need to produce this to have required tolerance to assemble other electronic components. So handheld computer or electronic swiping machines. So this is another example where these buttons are there, alphanumeric buttons are there. Here display system is there. There's a what you call LED or CRT. Then here a roller will be there with a printer. We can print the bill. So generally we are using this type of machines for electronic swiping, credit card space swiping. You can see so many devices are there. They are using for billing purpose, credit card swiping purpose, and even um, uh, this is a electricity bill, water bill, etc. And this is a Wi-Fi enabled device. From remote, they can connect to the computer and then they will prepare the bill. So this is a soft drinks mixing machine we have given to the Pepsi USA, one of the companies in India, that is Tech Mahindra, has given project to us, and this is prepared, but we did not kept the part because of the confidentiality. And this is a armored body or bulletproof jacket, one of the project given to DMRL, and that's why I'm not sharing this type of information, because they are giving this type of jackets to the um, army persons. So this sports safety devices, it is a knee brace. So while playing now, they can use this for safety purpose. So this is actually assemblies of so many components. We can give, we can assemble and we can connect the motor to run the system. So many tiny and small components are there. They are going inside, and the electrical motor is there, and we can. So these are some of the demonstration components and miniatures. Okay. Now, so far what we have seen are the parts produced by selective laser 3D printer. So realizing the importance of the metal 3D printer, we why we have not procured, because of the cost. So cost of the metal 3D printer is running into minimum 3 crores. So that's why we were satisfied with the powder that is plastic based RP system, but because of the advantage of this RUSA, Rashtriya Uchchatar Shikshan Abhiyan, so since the 100 crores have been sanctioned to Usmania University, so under this now I requested and I upgraded this center to a center for product design and development and additive manufacturing, the CPDDAM. So this is a name suggested because the earlier testing of industrial products is not good, but we are not testing anything. And this is the center for product design. So we are designing the product design, development, and additive manufacturing. So we are modeling and developing and printing. That's why the name is given CPDDAM. If you have any, unfortunately all are on monitors only, so nobody is physically going out to see the facilities. So maybe days coming forward now, to we will go outside and witness the 3D printers and all, and the many um, students and faculty members, right from starting to the LKG to the PhD students, they are much awaited to see their classrooms, see their teachers, see their buildings, schools, colleges, universities, rather than seeing it monitor. So that is actually a lot of frustration also filled with in all the students. But in spite of that, no, during pandemic, no, our Center of Excellence is established almost from May to last week. All systems have been established, and if you are situated in Hyderabad, and you can also come in groups to witness the all the missions while running, or even also we can demonstrate all these missions procured under the Center of Excellence. So to establish any center, we should get some state some objectives. What is the what they will ask, why you are going for this type of Center of Excellence, and particularly going for metal 3D printer. So not only prototypes, we need to develop and print functional prototypes directly as the end user components. So for that purpose, we need to have a metal 3D printer so that we can directly use the metal 3D components as dies, molds, even implants for the patients. So that is the reason we are going. So to provide prototypes to students. So if we have the facilities, BTech, MTech, PhD students, they can use their um, this facility for their research work, project work. Execute sponsored projects. Anyway, sponsored project means some DMR or DRDO companies, other companies, they give us some work so that we will get satisfaction in printing their uh, models. Certain challenges also we need to face, and we have to earn some money to meet the salaries of the staff. That is not only the thing. Other thing is we have to do some research work. So some innovation is there. Some students are working here on a stipendship, that is PhD students. So they are working almost 10 hours in a day, and whatever the ideas they have in their mind, they can also print the components by using this type of machines. So we can go for even patenting. So our plan is to tap the business in and around Hyderabad. Lot of corporate companies are there, corporate hospitals are there, DRDO establishments are there. So we can do some consultancy or services to the these industries, these hospitals, and in a way we will be doing some service to the society by way of giving some implants to the patients. And apart from that, no, the Lord's Engineering College is conducting Atal FDP program. Like that, also we have conducted under the aegis of this CPDDM and Mechanical Engineering Department. We have conducted Atal FDP program in the November 2020. That also will be useful. So after this pandemic, no, we can conduct FDP short-term training programs, conference workshops in the center itself by having the hands-on experience even in the center of excellence. So the potential areas are like automobile, aerospace, defense, biomedical, jewelry. So these are all the businesses are housed in Hyderabad. So already we are receiving requests from the DRDO and jewelry industry saying that no, they want certain components to be built by using metal 3D printer, particularly with nickel. So we are on job to give the services, and some hospitals also ready to work with us. And recently, one doctor has come with an idea of building the artificial heart. So the artificial art, he has given a sketch of how it should work. So that also we are constructing. It is almost 70-80% 3D modeling is over, and the rest maybe 30% we will be finishing. And then we are going for testing of it, artificial art. The existing center is giving only polymer powder and polymer. That's why we have gone for the 3D printer. So before Atal FDP program, we have conducted a GYAN program, GYAN, Global Initiative of Academic Networks. That also conducted with the help of this, having the experience in the 3D printing, we could take up the GYAN program, Atal FDP program exclusively on 3D printing area. Scope of research. So the main limitation of existing countries developing functional prototype. As I told you, with the plastic, we are not able to develop the or print the functional prototypes. And another limitation is that the mechanical strength of the polyamide powder. So that is another reason why we have established the Center of Excellence and procured the 3D metal 3D printer. So another thing is there's a lot of demand for doing research and also the consultancy work in this area.